We're here in front of Edison Elementary School in Portchester for a reason. And the most important reason is that while we talk about politics and who should run and who should win this election and which party and all that stuff, underneath all of that, and Gustavo made this point, is important public policy choices and issues we have to make. That's why you run for public office. The reality is that there are people who run for office for the wrong reasons. Some of them, some of the bad apples, have run for office to expand their financial holdings. And some of those people are Democrats as well as Republicans. This is not a partisan statement. What's been wrong in Albany has been wrong in both parties, and it's been wrong in both chambers, where I've served in the Assembly as well as in the Senate on different issues in different places. But Portchester School District is an excellent example of a school district that has a challenge in trying to educate its children. It has a tax base that is less wealthy than other Westchester districts. It needs additional help from New York State. And New York State has to recognize the unique needs of Portchester, not only the kids of Portchester, but also the taxpayers of Portchester, who can only be expected to pay for so much of what is a growing cost of education. But when you look at how politics affects policy, you see that in the state Senate, and this is true in some degree in the state Assembly, that bullet aid, additional aid for education, was not given out based on need as much as it was given based on politics. So if you were a school district in the district of a Republican senator, you got additional state aid for your school. Now that's not right. There are school districts, wherever they may be, that have greater need. And if they're in a Republican district, then they should get the additional aid. But if those school districts with special needs are in a Democratic district, then they should get the aid. It shouldn't matter the partisan affiliation. Now, we can talk about these things in general terms, and I can advocate what I want to do when I join Liz and Gustavo in the state Senate. I've already had this experience in my career. It was over 20 years ago that I ran for the Westchester County Board of Legislators. And when I did, I won a seat that had never been held by a Democrat before, and I won into a minority status. But within a few years' time, when the Democrats took over the majority status, I had the opportunity to become the chairman of the County Board of Legislators, which is the equivalent of being Speaker of the Assembly or Majority Leader. And we were able to change what was the existing ethic in that legislature. It was in the process of changing in the 90s, and we had Republicans that were of a different mindset than we had had historically. But when I became the first Democratic chairman, we immediately changed the way we operate. We made committee chairmanships both Republicans and Democrats. We worked together on legislation, and we accomplished a certain amount of things that was unthought of before because we did it together. And that's the kind of Senate I want to work in. I want to work in a Senate where Republicans and Democrats find common ground.